At the starting of the movie, a bodyguard is shown at the start of this movie. He was in the award function, where he had to be awarded as best bodyguard. As bodyguard begins to receive his award, then he starts to hear the sounds of laughing of someone from everywhere. And he was also viewing the image of that man in the face of every man who was laughing at him loudly. Then it is revealed that a man's name is Darius who is laughing loudly at this man. And the bodyguard's name was Michael here. Now Michael comes outside after being afraid from Darius, where he also encounters one more man. And that man was asking Michael, "Why did you not get courage to rescue me from Darius?" He was hearing at this moment that Darius shoots that man. And Michael wakes up there, through which it is revealed that it was the nightmare of Michael. He was very tensed because of this nightmare. So he visits a psychiatrist. He tells him that once he had assigned a task of the safety of the person, but that man was killed by Darius. Michael also tells the psychiatrist, "That nightmare is disturbing me from the time of that incident occurred." That psychiatrist advises him to keep away from weapons and have a rest after observing his condition. So Michael goes for a long leave on his advice. And the terrorist is also seen in the next scene of the movie, who was sitting in a ship tycoon. A man was seated there before that man, who was refusing his demands. He makes that man shoot in this aggression. Then the intention of that terrorist are exposed here. Actually, he wanted to destroy the Europe. He was saying that I will be able to gain power after this. In the next scene, Michael is also shown, who was spending his holidays in Italy. Michael was engaged in his book reading while adjusting headphone in his ear. And he was enjoying here, and he was involved here in him too much that he was not knowing the surrounding activities. Meanwhile, it is seen that firing starts there. But Michael was not getting its effect, and the people of that place begin to run away, getting up. Meanwhile, a girl approaches there who takes off the headphone of Michael. He comes to know what is happening in his surroundings after taking off the headphones. That girl was asking for help from Michael and was also firing her gun at the following people. Now Michael asks that girl, "Who are you? I have seen you somewhere." Then that girl tells that my name is Sonia and I am the wife of Darius. That girl tells Michael that Darius is entrapped in an issue. He has been kidnapped by someone. So he has sent me to you for help. Then Michael asks her, "How did you know about me?" Then she tells Michael that I had known about you from your psychiatrist. Then it is seen that they both escape from there while taking a scooty. And the chaser of Sonia were still after her. Those people were still firing their guns at Sonia and Michael. Then Sonia suggests Michael, "Fire in your safety." But Michael tells her that I have promised myself that I will not touch the gun in this week. So Sonia begins to fire at those people, moving back and giving the control of bike to Michael. Michael asks Sonia, "Why are these people chasing you?" Sonia tells him that a man had teased me among these men. So I killed some of their people. And they are after me for this cause from this time. Michael comes to know by her fact this girl is not a normal one. And she has mental disorders. Those people were still after Sonia and Michael. And they were heavily armed. And they had no other choice to escape except jumping into the water. So they both jump into the water. Now Sonia tells him her and Darius's condition, coming out of water. She tells that I and Darius had gone to spend holidays somewhere. From where Darius has been abducted by some people. Now it is seen here that they both left to rescue Darius. On the other side, that terrorist's men are seen. The terrorist who was seen before. And his men had come here to purchase a special type of weapon here. As they begin to test this device, then the electricity issue is aroused throughout the city. They know on it this device is genuine. As the terrorists gang knows about this. This device is genuine, then they kill that owner of this device first. Later, they killed all standing people there. And they left, grabbing that device. It is seen in the next morning. That Interpol agent arrive here and they discover the dead bodies of many people who had been killed by those terrorist people. And they also know about it that the special device had been tested here at night. Due to this, the electricity issue had aroused throughout the city. After this scene, Michael and Sonia are seen again. They had come at that place where Darius had been imprisoned. Michael is making Sonia understand here that we will enter the basement peacefully without harming and killing anyone. As Michael returns, after completing his advice, Sonia was not there. As he moves inside to see her, he is worried, witnessing it that Sonia had already killed a number of the guards. Now Michael explains Sonia coming to her, it is wrong to kill anyone without any cause. Meantime, a man attacks Michael from his backside. So Michael has also to become the part of dispute. On the other side, Darius is seen. Who had got awareness, hearing the sound of firing, that Sonia has come to rescue him. Now Darius fights to rescue himself and his wife Sonia. At last, Sonia and Darius meet together. At the same time, Michael comes here and Darius asks Sonia, "What is this man doing here?" Then Sonia tells Darius, "You had asked to take help from Michael." Then Darius says, "I had not said it, in fact I had asked to take help from anyone except Michael." Now Michael tells Darius that he has also turned his face from all these activities. Meanwhile, Darius begins to make him the laughing stock. And fight starts here between Darius and Michael. At the same time, some other people arrive here and leave, after abducting 3 of them. The kidnappers were Interpol agents who had abducted Sonia, Darius and Michael. Now they had brought them to the safe house of Interpol. They meet another Interpol agent here who says to them, "If you want this, that we may not give you in the custody of police, then you will have to carry out our task." He tells them that we aim to capture one of the terrorists. And you will help us in this matter. They have a device. That you will come back after purchasing it from them. And Interpol agent hands them over the money bag with it. The money with which they had to bargain that device. Now they 3 of them agree with Interpol agent. And they leave that place. Michael was so upset after leaving this place. Because Sonia and Darius were so non-serious persons. While Michael was the obeyer of law. Their non-seriousness cross its limit at that place. When Sonia suspects that Darius is talking with a girl. Then she hits Darius in anger. Fortunately, Darius drives ahead from there. And Michael faces the accident. Now he is confirmed on this action that they both are insane and they both can do anything. And no words influence them spoken by Michael. They both captures Michael in the trunk of the car and begin to enjoy with the money of Interpol. Now as they bring Michael out of the truck of the car, Michael gets aggressive witnessing that they have wasted the money of Interpol. So he decides that he will not work with both of them. Passing a distance, Michael receives the call by Interpol agent. And he says to him, "We have no any trust in both of them. And you will surely carry out our mission and we will make your guard license restore in return." Which was cancelled because of Darius. Afterwards, it is seen that they begin to start their work of Interpol according to their plan. They move to a club where they had discovered that device. Now Sonia proceeds to grab that device and Michael was along with her as a guard. While Darius was standing there for their protection at a distance, holding a rifle. They hand the device over to Sonia, but they also make her wear a bracelet in her wrist. If someone took this device from Sonia and she tried to give to someone, then that bracelet will be exploded and Sonia will meet her end. So they give that device to Sonia with it. It is witnessed in the mid of this scene. As Michael confronts his clients. He tries his best to get rid from them. But they don't let him go. So they know about this that Michael is along with Sonia while she is the wife of Darius. As a result, all make fun at him. Now Michael knew it that. What is going to happen here? Because someone had set ill for Sonia's husband. Now Sonia starts to fire her gun at everyone. And they all are also ready to face the duel. It is also seen from outside that Darius also begins to fire his rifle at all of them. It is observed here that a terrorist starts to shoot Sonia here. Seeing him, Michael immediately come to Sonia. And he pushes her away. Consequently, Michael receives a gunshot. Darius brings Sonia and Michael out of this place. They board a boat here where they think as Michael is no more. So they throw Michael into the water. And Michael restores his senses. Because he was not died but only lost his consciousness. And he had put on the bulletproof jacket. Gunshot had harmed him, but it was not thrust in his body. Later, it is seen that 3 of them were going to meet terrorist. Michael was feeling a severe pain. Sonia gives him some of the tablets. And Michael takes it, thinking it the painkiller tablet. It is seen that terrorists glimpse them as they reach there. And they begin firing at them. And they 3 of them run after being escaped from them. Michael gets a car and he starts after getting in it. As Sonia and Darius come forward, they notice sleeping Michael. They instantly throw Michael at the back seat of car and they themselves start driving. Then Darius asks Sonia, "Which tablet had you given to Darius?" Then Sonia tells him that I had given him my depression relief tablet. Due to this, he will take some rest. They were constantly escaping from the attack of those terrorists' attack while conversing. Those terrorists were after Sonia and Darius, driving their cars. Now Darius crashes the cars of everyone trickily. Now he comes to know, after crashing the cars, that they are being attacked from upside by helicopter. Now Darius trickily fires the gun at helicopter. And he also destroys it. Later, it is seen that those people leave out the city. Where Michael was still unconscious and Sonia was singing a soothing song for him. Meanwhile, Michael wakes up, and he says to Sonia, "Never sing the sleeping song, you will prove a very unpleasant mother." Sonia is very hurt by these words, while Michael goes from there. But Michael realizes, going a distance, that he had used some of the harsh words. So he returns back to Sonia and apologizes her. And he also suggests Darius and Sonia, "We will have to live here stealthily for a few days." Now Michael comes to his father's house, accompanying them. Where Darius had started to laugh, seeing Michael's father. Because Michael's father was an African while Michael was a white man. Michael tells Darius here that he is my stepfather. But I have learned everything from him. And he also tells that my father is also bodyguard. After this, Michael and his father sit together now. They communicate and Michael's father says to him here that, "I will talk to AAA that they may return your guard license." And he also hands over his car key to Michael. It was the aim of Michael to drive it. Now Michael goes for reaction in car with Sonia and Darius. But they all three are abducted by the terrorists members on the way. It is observed here that terrorist was overexcited, seeing Sonia here. It is exposed about Sonia's past that she was the wife of Aristotle, who had parted from her, and Sonia's memory had also lost because of that accident. And Sonia's memories had restored witnessing Aristotle. And that terrorist promises Sonia that we will take off that bracelet that had been put on in the wrist of Sonia by the terrorist. Michael and Darius are kidnapped here. But it was not a child play to arrest Michael and Darius. They wanted to rescue Sonia coming out of room there instantly. But Sonia says to Darius here that, "I have no relation with you now." And Darius had dejected hearing the words of Sonia. Now he comes to Michael's house along with him. And they check after coming to the house of Michael. That car had been parked in front of his father's house now in which they had been abducted. He had known seeing it, his father is also in the partnership of his father. When Michael meets with his father, he says to him that, "You are very unskilled bodyguard and I will talk with AAA, that they may never restore your license." Hearing it, Michael gets aggressive. And he moves away after burning the car of his father. He reaches a club where he meets with Darius. He had visited this club knowing that Darius will be available in this club. Now it is seen that Michael was also very sad now. He eats much ice cream, sitting in the club. And he promises that he will never try to be a good man now. He will be a worst man and indulge in bad activities. Now Sonia's call is received in the club, sitting with Darius. "I am still in love with you." She says to her, "If I had not said to you this, that I am not interested in you, then that Aristotle could kill you. And we could also lose this device from our possession." It is seen here that that man was hearing the whole conversation of Darius and Sonia. Hearing it, he sends some of his men to Michael and Darius. And he himself comes to Sonia where she says to him that, "Why? You are an evil-kinded person and I don't like you at all. I was exhausted from you so I left. And I had pretended about the loss of memory. So that I may keep myself away from you." And that man says after hearing the whole conversation, "We already know this." Then it is seen, Sonia and Michael both leave to rescue Darius. Now Michael was driving a car here and crashing everything, confronting him. And he had also not set the seatbelt because he wanted to be a bad man. Did not want to obey any principle. At the same time, it is seen that Michael faces accident. And he loses his consciousness. When he restores his senses, then he observes Darius before him where Darius encourages him that, "You are best bodyguard, you don't need any license. You can guard all without any license." Hearing it, Michael is excited. In the next scene, it is seen that they are captured by Interpol agents. And they reveal the whole truth to Interpol agent. They tell that terrorist will attack Europe from the below side of the sea. Due to this, whole Europe will be destroyed. Interpol agent agrees with it. And they send them in that area of sea where they wanted to go. Now Aristotle's people come out of the sea. But Darius and Michael were not weak. They confront those people bravely. Now a bodyguard appears before Michael to fight with him. He was a big fan of him, but he had to fight with him now. That bodyguard pushes him down while attacking him as Michael enters. And he also snatches the guns of Michael with it. On the other side, it is seen that those terrorists were firing their guns at Darius. Now Darius is shooting everyone as a hero while holding guns. On the other side, Michael is seen who was fighting with Bodyguard. Now he lifts a snooker stick. But Michael's snooker sticks is fallen away while defending himself. That bodyguard comes to kill him here. Meanwhile, Michael lifts the iron object placed near him and hits it on another guard's head. But he does not get any harm because of all of these attacks. Now a great fight starts between them. But that bodyguard was winning from Michael. Now he is going to kill him after throwing him on the table. Michael sprays into his eyes, taking it out. Darius is seen again. There was left only one bullet in Darius's gun and he had to kill another man with it. He observes a sculpture there lying near him. Then he shoots. First of all, gunshot is hit with sculpture. Then that bullet strikes that man. Due to it, that man has died. On the other side, Michael beats that man, finding other bodyguard weak. Now that terrorist comes to know that Darius and Michael have killed many of his men. Now terrorist comes to kill Darius and Michael after assigning the task of Sonia's kill to his special attendant. Michael also faces his father here, where it is seen that Sonia defeats that girl after fighting with her. Then she comes to Darius, where he was fighting with Aristotle. Then Michael defeats his father while fighting him. Where they stop here to think to stop the terrorist's attack without revealing Dodd. Going there, they come to know if they stop this attack, then this ship will be exploded. Then they three of them plan something to stop this mission at first. Then they three of them jump into water from this ship. So they three of them are rescued. Now they are sent out by Interpol. They had perfumed a very positive tea and they had been awarded a lot of money in this regard. Now a man approaches Michael to have signature on a paper dot. Then Michael thinks that he has been getting his guard response again. So he happily signs on those papers. After this, it is revealed to them what was that paper. Sonia tells Michael and Darius here that there has been a dream of mine that we may have a son. This wish is fulfilled today. Michael is officially our son from today. Hearing it, Michael and Darius are left shocked.